Hello.
Hello!
Um,
What? It's only going to be hearing for the next half hour.
no. Oh! Why
Oh,
did you choose this game?
Oh,
Thought it
it
would
looked
be.
like it was competently made. Seems I was wrong.
Oh, it's competently made. It's just not well executed.
Not more or less the same thing.
Mm, I think the competence is the mechanics behind it. Mechanics are fine. It's just
The
a
mechanic,
story.
because there was only one mechanic.
Yes.
Which one of these do you want? Of course, if they'd told us that if we'd clicked no, they would have told us all this crap anyway. Then, yeah.
Anyway.
Speak your mind!
Well, I was just created just 2 years ago, right?
Well,
Strange. Inside me, what seems to be childhood memories. And
hmm.
they stretch back all the way to years and years ago. But I was just created only recently, so that can't be true.
Hmm.
Albus, just what am I?
You're
Am I
a robot, you burk.
am I a machine that was just born to be a tool?
Now you like that by mistake.
If that's the case, then why was I born with these memories?
I have no idea.
The fact that you used the word born is an issue.
Yeah. And as for just what those memories are inside of you, the only person who can answer that question is no longer on this world. The
Ow.
hell?
Sarah, that's
What
CID, right?
Self-voicing enabled.
Menu.
What the hell does that mean?
What the? You don't hear it. It's
Self-voicing disabled.
Sorry, my cat just pounced on my keyboard
Ah,
and turned on.
Self-voicing enabled.
whatever
Sarah,
that is.
that's CID, right? Menu.
What is it?
I'm quite. It's somebody voicing what's going on here.
Really?
Yeah,
That in case you're blind, I
yeah.
assume.
Self-voicing
Okay.
disabled.
Right. That's.
So in case a blind person buys a visual novel,
and wants it poorly voice acted, because
hello.
it goes Sarah. That's CID,
Oh, is it?
right?
Oh God!
Menu.
Wow.
Yup.
Correct.
Was this like an integral part of your life, Albus?
Yes, he was my best friend. We were practically like brothers ever since we were children back in the gutter.
Does Rudo take issue with the fact that I have these memories?
Well, they certainly don't put him in a good mood, that's for sure. Sarah, let me just give you one word of advice, okay?
Okay.
Do not ever cause any trouble.
That's
That wasn't
6 words.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I'll be frank with you. Bruno has been wanting to dispose of you under the guise of dismantlement. He will find even the slightest excuse to do so, regardless of how bad or trivial the reason is.
Is that because of the memories inside me?
That's right. Look, Sarah, I want you to listen carefully. If, and only if, you're about to do something wrong, consider that you're betting your entire being on the line. Do it with the resolve that will be the end of everything.
My entire being.
That's right. You should have an ego, a proper sense of self-identity. There will come a time for you to assert that sense of self. I'm sure of it.
Myself? But am I not the property of Vite's enterprise? If that's the case, then I shouldn't have the right to bet myself, do I?
If only you weren't just a machine. This is important. You'll come to understand someday or another.
Oh, I thought he was going to continue.
I thought he was as well.
Another year passed. Lab 9 was able to produce 3 new prototypes using Zara as their model. However, not a single one operated as well as its own creation. There was clearly something fundamentally different about Zara.
And nobody died creating her.
He transferred his memories into her of Rune by killing himself with the mana overshock thing. Because, space wizards or something.
Yep.
Far too much time had passed without us knowing what it really was. The board of directors had been split between those who wanted to observe and those who wanted to dismantle Sarah. Some members which were observed to dismantle. That was about a month ago. With that, Sarah's dismantlement seemed all the more a reality. As the days went on, Sarah's intellect grew rapidly, using her own methods to measure and improve efficiency in both the mines and the routine work in residential areas. She began to finish her tasks ahead of everyone else. The kind of work ethic and behavior was just like Rune's. Exactly like Rune's. From there, more and more people began to develop a disgust for Sarah's very existence. I think it was because she was too different. There was something about her existence that just triggered something in you instinctually. Just like Rune did. A great deal of people began to consider her a threat, subconsciously. The one who would be most affected by this was none other than Rudo himself. Rudo! Is it true? Did you erase those memories?
It seems that...
What?
It seems like... Bloody hell, what are you doing?
I have no idea. There you go.
It seems like access to Sarah's brain is protected by several layers of security. Fothul, Nietzsche, and Kirky managed to find a way to bypass the first level.
I'm not asking you to explain how. I'm asking why you erased her memories. All the experience, the information, the knowledge she's accumulated.
Albus, you should have realised this by now. It seems that Sid succeeded in recreating Rune's memories quite faithfully in Sarah. How he managed to do so, I have no idea. The way she moves and acts, they're all very reminiscent of Rune's own behaviour.
And what does that have to do with why you erased her?
That's because Rune was a psychopath.
Yep. What does that have to do with it, you ask? Plenty. If by some chance, even some small portion of Rune's own personality exists within Sarah, there'd be no greater threat. I'm sure you're fully aware of how dangerous Rune was. But I'd like to hear an explanation for all of this. Do enlighten me on why things have turned out this way.
Oh, sorry, sir. I honestly have no clue. Theoretically, all of our methods should be working.
You do not know me?
Yes, my name is Sarah. It was given to me by you, Rudo.
Yes, that is not with you. Hast du got the reason procedure by book?
See, Rudo, this is just a guess. But we probably need the highest level of access privilege in order to erase the memories inside Sarah's core. Or we can use a hammer. We can't do anything with only our mana signature.
What's about burning? Yes, burning its internal mana altogether.
If we did that, it would likely cease to function.
That's not just it's completely and utterly as good as dismantling it.
So, Sid, I honestly not sure as to whether this complex safeguards was in place.
To stop Rudo from doing this.
Yep.
It's almost as if your dad didn't want you dicking with this stuff. It's almost as if he was making sure that no one could have a tamper with it. Indeed.
Deb,
What should I?
if your memories have been erased, then you ought to know already. Go back to work. Leave.
Mm,
Neff off.
So, what's wrong with this time of night?
Albus, you said that Sid was your best friend and an integral part of your life, right?
What for this all of a sudden?
Well, Rudo was threatening to kill me just now.
He really put a crimp on my tongue.
Friends are important, right?
Well, of course they are. There isn't anyone more important in your life than your family and friends.
Thank you. And now she goes and steals.
A soul. That's supposed
Sediment, actually, but okay.
So, why of all the times for you to do cause trouble?
Uh-huh.
Why at this critical point? Why you choose to do double too? You do voodoo too. Your is going to be a what the hell? A votation regarding you for 4 days from now.
A votation.
A votation.
I know, yeah. A time when people vote, I'm assuming.
I remembered the vote you gave me a long time ago.
Advice.
Excuse me. No, it's gone.
Screw it.
Oh, here we go. Good grief. What is the time? I swear, another emergency summons. Oh, sir. You don't even know how to greet someone.
Good afternoon, Mr. Growler.
This really is nothing but a defective piece of
I'm
junk.
gonna kill you so hard, stab out your eyes like a digi thumb.
I'd even stole sediment at the mines earlier. What an absolute waste. We really should have dismantled as soon as possible.
I apologize.
Discussing that matter was exactly why we have gathered here today. Please reserve your arguments for until the other members have come. How many do you even expect to come? You academics in your ivory tower may not know, but the other members of the board of directors are already speaking as if dismantlement has been assured. You ought to be grateful that I've not even bothered to go to the effort of attending this meeting to confirm all this. Dots.
Dots. More dots.
Lots of dots. Oh, good God. Who are those two?
I've forgotten about those two. Sarah.
Good God, protagonists. What do we do now? So that's how it is.
So what do we do now? Another flashback.
Right.
Oh, God.
I finally understand. Really? You don't seem to quite grasp. The entire series of events has truly been bizarre.
No, it's not.
The events haven't been that bizarre. It's the amount of fluff around them. The amount of bump that's been around. Jeez. What Sarah is exactly, yes?
Indeed, she's a bloody robot. However, I absolutely do not want to see her dismantled. Something inside me tells me so. Tomorrow, her dismantlement will be decided upon. I always come up with a way to protect now that after our meeting.
How about you send her away with these two?
Yep, end of story. Roll credits. Is that even possible?
Oh yes, she can walk.
Back. Isn't the board of directors or something going to determine that by majority vote?
You know, for some reason changes his mind. then I'm sure the direction of the entire meeting will change as well. There are many members who don't really have an opinion and will simply go along with whatever he decides.
Or less spineless.
Albus?
Yeah,
Please let me meet with Rudo.
I was actually thinking the same thing, but I'm sure I already learned that right.
Correct.
How was the suggestion? We perform a mind dive on Sarah. If we did that, we could find out Sarah's real identity. However, when it came to Selfie and Society to perform the mind dive,
It's all right, Ratona. I'm sure he'll understand.
Selfie had her own plan, which she kept only to herself. Even I was unaware of what she had in mind. With only a lingering trace of doubt, we headed over Lab 9, where Rudo was. Or is. What? And everything looks the same. So this is a laboratory.
Not really.
It's rather unsettling when we spotted as we roamed around town. It was like a black void, apparently. But it seems science doesn't mesh well with me. They cause me too much discomfort, they.
Yeah, the science.
Yeah, the science.
Let's head inside. Oh, look, now we can use this background again.
Oh, yeah. Why are you in my property?
You are we're the
Security.
people that we spoke to, like, 2 hours ago.
Oh, no.
Albus, I believe you have a strict policy on not allowing any outsiders into the lab, so we not.
This isn't the time for that. I have something important I need to discuss with you. So important we've arranged ourselves in height order. Yeah.
Can it not wait till tomorrow? I'm in the middle of putting together a presentation and report regarding Sarah's dismantlement.
That's exactly what I'm trying to talk about with you. I want you to reconsider this matter.
Ah, how desperately are you going to cling to that thing? Isn't it about time to let go, Albus? Regardless of what you do, the opinion of the board of directors is not going to change. Don't you have more important things to do?
I didn't come here to judge the opinion of any member of the board. I'm here to judge yours.
Who's a member of the board?
Yeah. What?
We want you to see Sarah's dismantlement.
And Cyril was expecting you to say something else entirely.
Oh, now, these two people are minor crafters. This girl, Halloween, she used the craft that allows people's consciousnesses to communicate directly. That craft is her ability to let people share memories directly with each other.
Oh,
Do you understand what that means, Rudy? With this, we can so synthesize memories and find out who she truly is.
But more likely, it won't work because she's a fucking robot.
yeah, there is that. They haven't considered that, apparently.
Don't you see? The question of Sarah's identity that leaves alone.
That's the Albus. Let's say, hypothetically, that Sid Vart's managed her as a model and implants her into Sarah. What purpose would it serve?
Oh, you know, she may have inherited her own memories. How it accomplished it, I wouldn't know. But it's no exaggeration to say she may have ruined herself.
Is a bit.
Yeah.
Enough with the sore excuses. And what would lead you to that conclusion in the first place?
Regardless of the circumstances.
Oh, wrong one. Regardless of the circumstances, there's no change in the fact that Sarah is a machine. It is nothing more than a prototype of a sister, and not automaton, whose development concerned vast amounts of Vaunt enterprises and finances. The fact is that Sarah is an object.
But still...
If I may,
Slap. Selfie has been quiet the entire time, apart from when she spoke earlier. But she suddenly speaks out.
Whether or not she's a machine has nothing to do with this.
Eh?
The issue at hand is whether or not she is Sarah or Rune. Albus, Rudo, both of you forgotten something crucial here.
Something crucial.
Yeah.
Which is what exactly?
Well, for starters, I'd like to propose my conclusion that she is Rune.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Well, simply based on what Sid had felt, there is no other possible conclusion. What?
What? There's no way. That Sarah's idea could have known what my father was thinking.
But I do.
That's creepy.
That was meant to be. Through our dive with Albus, we were able to see Sid's way of life, his entire existence. Sid not just shut himself in the lab, losing his sanity to desperation. I mean, he did, but I'm sure he did so to research a way to give your little sister, Rudo, a second chance at life. He created a heart for her missing emotions. For his own daughter, that so-called hellspawn, he used the path down.
Oh, no.
I see. If there's a scientific equivalent to the path down, then the possibility would be very likely. Transferring Rune's memories, that's exactly what the path down is. How did I not notice this before?
And if she has emotions, then this entire issue is not even something we should be discussing, regardless of whether she's Rune or Sarah.
With dignity beaming from her eyes,
Blech.
Selphine speaks straight up to us in a clear voice.
It's wrong to deprive her of her will as a being in possession of a mind, a heart, and a spirit. Being human or machines has no bearing on the matter.
I'm sure we'll remember this very moment a long time from now. The moment with this sense of justice was able to penetrate, regardless of any country's borders. Nonsense. Or maybe I won't remember this. Stands up, all dignity beaming from her eyes and all that kind of. I shout a major. You cannot have a god so destroy something that has emotions. Yes, I can.
I own it. It's fine.
It's mine. I can break it whenever I like.
Oh, no. Perhaps you realized it. That Sid created Sarah to give her only emotion she never had.
Absolute nonsense.
If so, then this may be a great question that could affect our definition of a human is. And if that is the case, then this is no longer a problem confined to just now.
Oh, they're going to get the priests involved.
Oh no.
As far as the actors have the right, now the duty to confront these ethical issues straight on.
Enough nonsense from you. Sarah does not have a heart. Fine, let's just pretend that we're true. Even then, Sarah is likely to completely cut its emotions off whenever it's ordered to do something. You can't say anything has a heart if it can just turn its emotions on and off as easily as flipping a switch.
That
None of you understand. The kind of being my sister was, what was lurking behind her smile, her senseless, meaningless acts of evil. If Sarah had inherited Rune's memories and personality, there wouldn't be anything more dangerous.
still, you've seen succeed in artificially creating emotions using man, and then
Enough of this foolish speculation. Why don't you use those theories of yours to write a novel or something? Now, if you'll all excuse me, I have more pressing matters to attend to.
oh no, confound it all, Rudo. We're not done here.
Rudo, if Rune was reborn with emotions, with a heart, then would you be able to accept her as your own little sister?
Still a robot.
Still a robot. It's already come to a point where there's no clear-cut right or wrong answer. However, as someone who stands above everyone else, you have
What?
the right to make that decision.
I thought she was talking about herself then.
I think she is sort of talking about herself, actually.
As someone who's better than you.
Hmm.
Is this all? All that we could have done?
The sun is rising.
Dun dun dun. Ah,
Oh, fuck off.
why? What?
I don't know.
They're both dead. What's going on?
Don't make that face, Sid. Your smile is so much more wonderful.
You expect me to smile like this? Heck, how could you smile at a time like this?
Who knows? I'm not sure either. I'm drunk. I'm sure it's because I've run out of tears to shed, therefore smiles.
Elaine, I think you've gone mad. I'm so sorry. Really. I've always been so caught up with work that not once did I ever do something for the family.
Oh, what brought all this on all of a sudden? What made you give a shit?
If only. If I'd been there for good on room. If only I'd spent more time with them, then all of this would never have happened. Ditching my family for my work. I'm just like my damn dad, who was a drunken bum who
never amounted to anything. Don't say that, Sid. We all know it. You don't need to say it.
Yeah.
It's not like you to regret the things you've done.
Even evil things.
Yeah, I don't want to see you all weak like this. Be a man. Ugh.
Force down those emotions. Stop showing them.
Yes. Stop feeling.
I just don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do anymore. Damn it.
Tell me, Sid, Rune's issues, are they some kind of sickness?
Wah.
Sort of? Maybe. I've always thought to myself, if that girl had a heart, would she have lived a more normal life?
Oh, I can't say for sure.
Because she's not a biologist.
Yeah, and I don't bloody know. I'm an electrician. Maybe that really was her real, honest-to-goodness personality. Even if we managed to kill that floor of runes, who knows what would have changed inside of her?
I see.
Like, does not having emotions really turn someone into that much of a mess?
Yeah.
Does that mean that we're born selfish and arrogant and messed up, and emotions are a way to stop us, to keep us all in check?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's why 2-year-olds and 5-year-olds are really fucking selfish.
Yeah.
But another couple of years, they start thinking about the people.
If I know.
Yeah, you're right.
Boom.
Hey, Sid, could you tell me something? Do you hate Rune?
Oh, hell yeah. Dunno. Hate ain't the right word for it. More like loathe or despise. It's just that I feel so helpless and miserable. Well, if you asked me if I hated her or not, and I guess I might have. If it weren't for Rune, then our family'd still be whole, or so I think, because you wouldn't have been horribly poisoned. But that's a thought I couldn't really hold on to for long. So I'm just left with nothing but feeling miserable. That's all. You're sad. What about you? Did you hate the little bitch?
First, I didn't really feel anything. Sort of in a daze, after the drugs.
Yeah.
And the poison. It's like my entire world was engulfed in a mist of poison, and I lost sensation in my entire body because of the poison. Had no words, no feelings, no thoughts. I could barely consider myself conscious because poison.
Yeah.
Nothingness. That was it. But some time passed. I felt like I was attacked by a deep nausea. Poison.
Blech.
I felt like I was going to throw up while I had a piercing headache.
Purging
I'm seeing
poison.
a theme.
Yeah.
Made me question why I was still even here at all. Because, all that fucking poison. It made me hate the fact I was even alive. I wanted to die. And just living was painful. So painful. I'm sure I didn't even know what to think. Was it to think, must be how Rune feels all the time? But you know what? It's strange. Even after all that pain and hardship and suffering that Rune made me go through, the more I thought about it, the more I realised I couldn't come to hate Rune because she's pathetic. Just wanted to talk with her one last time, to ask her what thoughts she had as she lived, to know what was going through her mind when she put an end to that short life of hers, and to simply ask for her forgiveness for not trying to understand her. I'm so sorry, Rune. Sorry that you had someone like me for your mother, because that's the most important thing. Not that you didn't have any emotions. Just the fact that I was your mum.
What the heck? Why are you apologising like this, you weirdo? Didn't do a single bloody thing wrong.
No, Don't lie for me anymore, Sid, even though you're blatantly telling the truth.
Everything you've done has always been for the kids. You're a damn fine mother, you weirdo.
No, the only
Apart
one
from-
I've been thinking of was myself, apparently.
Well, you did kind of put your mental health on the kids' shoulders. I say kids, just Rudo's.
Yeah.
But
No
apart
wonder
from
he's
that,
fucked up.
yeah.
Even after the Growlies incident, Rune finally settled down. I thought to myself everything would go well. Can finally have a normal family life, is what I thought. But I think I already realised it, that something was just slightly off. It's ever so subtle, that discomfort would go away in the blink of an eye. If I ever once put a feeling into words, if I even once admitted that feeling, then our days of peace and quiet would just shatter and fall apart. That's what I thought. And I was right.
No, that's just been a healthy family life then.
Yeah. This is why my subconsciously pretended not to notice.
But consciously did.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be the other way around?
No. I was simply chasing after illusion, nothing more. An stupid illusion of a perfect, ideal family. In the end, the only person I was thinking about was myself.
It's all in the past, Elaine. You can only say that because all that happened. You've lived your entire life for your family's happiness. I won't believe for a second that you said you're only ever thinking about yourself.
But the MRI results were right there. And more importantly, even Rudo told me about her.
Nope.
Rune's behaving...
Nope.
No! This is creepy! Why do this?
What, have no eyes?
Yeah.
Why does Rudo have no eyes when he's sad?
Rune's behaving strangely, he told me, and how did I respond? Be nicer to her. I spoke as if he wasn't even my problem. Didn't listen to a word of what Rudo said. I was taking advantage of Rudo's kindness. And he can hear all this. He's got his act together. I can't just leave it all to him, I thought. Because of how strong Rudo was, I left him to deal with Rune. All of his worries, you're a shit mother. Just bottled up inside himself. Even though I'm sure it was painful for him.
How someone with no eyes cry?
I was just about to ask exactly the same question. He did all that for my sake.
To be honest, it looks more like his hand is actually a sponge that he's wringing out and it's running down his face. Because tears don't really look like that usually. So.
No. I don't even know what to think. Please don't leave Rudo alone, Sid.
You might go off on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I promise you.
Take care of yourself and ease up that research of yours. Because once you're gone, Rudo really will be all alone.
All by myself. All by myself. Rudo will never be alone. I promise you that. I'm going to make him a robot sister that's creepy as shit. It'll be fine. He'll never be alone. I'll make a robotic clone of the sister he's terrified of. That'd be great, wouldn't it? What I can remember is an interest in the outside world. And for the frustration for the fact I couldn't escape this island, the birdcage called the Outer Pole. Frustration, I think, is what it was. I thought everything was just so unfair. I didn't know how to express that feeling. Everyone around me had something, an objective, that would drive them to continue their day-by-day lives. Me, I was completely empty. No idea who was talking. Is it her?
No. Oh, it's Rune, I think. Okay. The very first time I experienced something akin to emotion was when, as a child, I saw a bird twitching on the side of a road. Perhaps it was attacked by another animal. Deep red blood seeped out of his neck as it convulsed. Eventually, the bird stopped moving altogether. Some kind of feeling from deep within my chest desperately attempted to emerge. Onlookers voiced their pity for the bird. I said it was funny. Everybody stared at me with the strangest looks. The seeing death right before my eyes, I wanted to see it again. I wanted to feel that feeling again. In hindsight, perhaps it really was pity. I wasn't able to distinguish such a simple emotion. So yeah, after I pitied everything, I wanted to see it again.
I want to feel pity again, so I'm going to go murdering.
After observing other people around me, I was able to mimic their own behaviour. When I was a child, I was confined to the house. There were very few people who were always around. There were my mother and my brother. My mother had a weak constitution, but whenever she spoke, she was very energetic. Although her body was weak, her spirit was strong. She was a very warm person. I didn't know how to respond to that warmth of hers. There was nothing stranger and more alien to me than her unconditional love. Couldn't even begin to comprehend it. My brother, even though he spoke gently, always had the scowl on his face. And it was well deserved, because I was constantly causing him nothing but grief. Despite all that, he still worked very hard every single day at Zweig's enterprise. Even though no one expected anything of him, continued to work diligently and toil away in the shadow of his little sister. He was constantly anxious, being compared to his father by everyone around him. Always afraid of having succeeded his father, Sid Zweig, who was a multi-talented 1-in-a-million prodigy. The barrier he had to scale reached all the way to the heavens. It was impossible. Rudo himself knew this and still tries to... I can't do this anymore.
Oh.
My voice is trying...
Come on.
Give me a second.
Come on, all the shit I've had to do.
Yeah, now you know how it feels, fucker. Jesus. Oh, the stuff I had to do. Yeah, like...
Yeah.
Rudo knew him himself and still tried to surmount it. He constantly aimed for the summit, not even knowing if he could ever make it to the top. And he couldn't because I was already there and I'd kick him in the face. I remember that upon seeing the brother of mine, within me rose a powerful desire to destroy it all. In hindsight, perhaps I looked up to him.
Just a strange way of showing it.
For his persistence and grit to take on even the toughest challenges all by himself, all I could ever do was mimic others. I was frantically trying to reconstruct a present. While on the other hand, my brother was fervent and single-minded in forging a path forward, I was just so jealous of that. Looking back on all this, there really is just a hair's breadth of difference between all kinds of emotions. Not really.
Yes.
I was absolutely driven by these strange alien things called emotions after all. That's not what the scan said. But I'm the only one who killed my mother. I'm the one who ruined my father. I'm the one who caused my brother to suffer. I'm a bitch.
I was really good at this.
Dad? Why did you bring me back to this world? Did you bring me back here so I could wallow in despair? Is this my atonement? If only it had been slightly different, then I wouldn't have caused all these people to experience such pain and suffering. I've done so many things I could never take back. I've committed so many wrongs that even my death could not hope to absolve. I truly was a being that should never have been. But then what am I? Is the man I consider my father truly Sid Zweig? Was the person who I'd already stared emptily at truly my brother Rudo? Are my memories Rune's memories? Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Rune is someone who should never have been born. But then that means I should never have been born. You weren't! It's all good!
We just built.
Am I Thara? If I am, that means I'm only borrowing these memories from Rune. If that's the case, what exactly is Thara? A mess!
Yeah.
Nothing,
A robotic head case.
nothing makes sense anymore, but there's one thing I know. I don't want to cause Rudo any more trouble. If he truly does find my very existence contemptuous, then I would gladly...
Fuck off.
Die? Be destroyed. What? So what am I, really? You're not as deep as you think you are, game.
Yeah.
Ah, if only I could see Miss Selfie and Miss Retona one more. I want to say them goodbye. Funny you should mention that.
Yeah. Stop! Sarah?
Yes.
Your dismantlement will be determined by collective vote tomorrow. Return to Lab 9 and stand by for the remainder of today. Head straight to Lab 9. I've already informed Vothel and the others. Follow their orders?
No. Understood.
Yay!
Master Rudo. Thank you for everything.
No.
This
Right.
creepy.
Now her eyes have been stolen.
Yep. It's fitting, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I believe I ordered you to switch off your emotions.
I could not. I've tried so many times, but
I suddenly have eyes.
it seems like I don't have the access rights to do so.
If you couldn't do so, then why did you still follow my order? How could you abide by my illogical, preposterous orders without a single word of complaint?
Because that's what you desired of me.
Oh, yeah,
No,
that's a bit
please
creepy.
don't use the word desire. That is creepy as balls, man.
What, the robot, his sister's robot clone?
Yeah.
Why are you smiling? How can you tell? You're facing the other way.
Because
Is there a mirror?
I'm happy.
What?
Well, I've been taking things away from you, but now I can finally give you something you've always wanted. My death.
The chance to murder me. Something I've always wanted.
Oh, the possibility of me becoming Rune will cease to exist.
Duh.
I thought about just running away so many, many times. I thought about my death, my destruction, but if I disobeyed your orders, then you would end up shouldering the responsibility for my actions. Finally, the time has come that I'm no longer needed.
If you have emotions, do you not feel fear? Aren't you afraid?
Oh, I'm afraid, very much so. So afraid that I just want to run away this very minute. But what I fear even more is that my existence would only serve to cause you even more pain. More pain than all the pain.
What?
I know. You're really a nice, kind person. You were always watching out for your little sister. I'm sure that back then she didn't realise just how dearly you thought of her. But now I'm sure she can understand.
Just how much of one's memories have been restored inside you?
Ah. As time passes, fragments of the memories are slowly coming back to me. But whether those are truly my memories, there's no way for me to tell.
What? Just what in the world are you, robot?
I don't know anymore. I never did, so I don't know why I said anymore. Not a single thing. But the one thing I do know,
I like big butts and cannot lie.
I like big butts and I cannot lie indeed. Ludo, I'm just a girl that admires you as my brother, and I'm crying, even though I'm a robot. That should be a thing that I cannot do. Honestly. Seriously, game.
Who puts tear ducts in a robot?
I don't even know what that means. Why am I crying? Oh my god, is this oil? Am I going to set myself on fire now? Is this atonement?
Damn it!
Sorry, I'm actually crying right now because it's just stupid.
Oh dear, she's crying now. Well, we're stuck in the room with nothing but 90% blue on all things. Turn down the lights! But I will never be alone, I promise you that. Because I made a robot clone of his sister. Damn it. That's you son of a bitch.
I actually agree with that thought. Yes, you son of a bitch.
This was a really weird way to make me give me companionship. I'm gonna throw you in a boiler.
Will you call me Rune? Is it okay? Is it okay if I could call you brother again? Because that's how normal brothers and sisters talk. They don't call you oi dickhead.
Well, I disagree with that, but okay.
That was the point.
All right.
Yeah. That's how they normally talk. Yes, you call it your brother, don't you?
God, no.
And I call my sister sister because fucking hell.
Do whatever you want. Snaps his neck and runs away.
You mean it?
Ugh.
Yes. But I'm so sorry.
I just hate murders.
Wow, that was a series of images, but a vast counterpoint for this. I'm so sorry for everything. Udo? Oh, hang on.
What? I think that's you.
I think there's a formula I've never once calculated right before my eyes. I don't think my processing could ever keep up with it. I think it's the source of the noise that's always been deep inside my heart.
It's a stereo.
The emotions behind my destructive tendencies from before, my feelings for you as my brother. Why did I not notice it sooner? Because he didn't give a shit. This equation is so vast I could just break down. It's so exasperatingly simple. What do people call this feeling? At first, I wish I'd never given birth to Rune. I wish that I'd never left my hometown, moved to Cadia, and worked at Swites. I wish that I'd never met you, and I should have stayed and took over the family business. I wish that I'd... Wow, my daughter's a nutcase, therefore everything is wrong.
Yep.
I wish I'd never had anything to do with the names Vites, that a life like that would have been much better. But, you know, that's impossible. I'm so glad I have you and Rudo and Rune. I love you all so madly from the bottom of my heart. Just thinking about it is depressing. A life without that girl. Couldn't possibly imagine that. Even if I wouldn't end up like this.
Hello.
We've had our ups and downs,
Really?
mostly downs and murdering.
Yeah, the ups are kind of, today no murders happened. The downs were, stole someone's eyes.
I'm so glad I met you. I'm so glad I gave birth to Rudo. And even though the world may never forgive us for it, I'm so glad I gave birth to Rune.
Everything that happened afterwards was shit. But,
Yeah. I'm so glad to have lived.
Yeah, the highlight of Rune's life, from her mum's point of view, was giving birth. That's how bad Rune was as a kid.
I love you, Sid. It was a fun life. And now I die.
Elaine!
Everything's in your hands now.
Eh.
For I am dead.
Bloom. I'll have a favour to ask of you two now we're in the town square suddenly. Won't you take my little sister, Roan, along with your travels?
What?
She's always wanted to travel the world. She also has the strength of 10 men and doesn't need to eat or sleep, so she'll be quite handy. As you can see, she isn't human, so she isn't subject to manushock. Who can go wherever or whenever. I'll make sure she's of use to you.
Whether or not she's of use is of no consequence. Of course, we'd be happy to have her come with us. Victory pose. Wow.
Turn the clips around the ear. No.
Delphine! Oh yeah, I'm going now.
So Shirley is a fascinating girl. It's hard for me to express the sentiment, but I have to put it into words. She has a nice bottom. Just looking at her gives me peace of mind. With my position, I'd have had to handle great deal of responsibility at a young age. I'm confident I'd a good judge of character. Delphine has no hidden agenda, no ulterior motives, as if she understands her sense of justice so well that she doesn't need to contemplate before acting on it. Basically, she's a massive fucking Mary Sue. And a strong sense of curiosity gives off a strange but attractive radiance around her. Plus, I like her breasts. Decades ago, the man that founded Svite's enterprise possessed the same radiance. His breasts weren't as good. Something which I did not have. Rudo. It's Anna. What is it? Being called by name all of a sudden feels rather off-putting. It's like this with you. And what is it? It's my phone number. It's a device that uses technology to create that so-called Comcraft. It's currently on the gate. It's a phone. Well, radio. Using a certain wavelength in the mana stream called radio. Oh my god, the mana stream actually is electromagnetics. Okay. As a medium, it can be used to send messages and information. Is that even possible? No, that's why I'm giving you this piece of technology.
You use magic, for fuck's sake!
You teleported with your mind.
Jesus fuck.
How far do the capabilities of science extend? That is making this is electro-engineering. And as you say, the distance to our homeland is considerable. The building using mountains and a long distance trade will have to fall to one of two parties, otherwise this would be cut. What?
She's explaining this to him.
Fuel is certainly out of the question. You can't use your own internal mana as well. So how will that be maintained? Batteries, you burk. Look, we will use settlement. As long as we continue to provide a constant supply to maintain the line, then I suppose I should be in no trouble. I suppose I hadn't thought of using the rocks filled with magic to provide the magic. Constantly using purified mana every single day when it's more valuable than even precious metals. Just how much of a financial strain would that be, I wonder, to discover massive amounts of information about the world that they can't go and see? At the very least, certainly not something that any one individual could possibly afford. Maybe this massive company that owns virtually everything should do it.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
I see how it is now. Even though you're the leader of the company, you wouldn't have a problem with that board of directors if you would use up that much money. Why would that be a problem? I'll merely tell them that I've bought a hammer that costs $50,000. It's merely a field test of the new product's prototype. He answers nonchalantly, as he puts a smug smile on his face. If we can prove the effectiveness of this technology, blah, 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 we won't need boats or the use of a postal system. Blah, blah, blah. Failed plans that my father and Albus had for market expansion no longer bear to my name on. Furthermore, using the company's unwanted baggage will cause managed error, blah, blah, blah. Eloquently put. Seeing Ruda articulate with such life, such animation, I think to myself, foray!
Foray, he is completely
to be the
pointless.
type never let his guard down.
What? Okay.
That seems relevant. Despite his age, there's no better word to describe this man than cunning.
That is not what I read.
Oh yeah. What did you read?
Well, you know exactly what I read.
No, I don't.
Yes, you did.
No, I don't.
And besides, he'd rather not.
So I'd rather not. On earth, not this contact my little sister. Just for a moment, I thought he was about to ask us to do something indecent. Ah, I see. You do have a point there. It seemed to me that Rudo's cold, sharp eyes had relaxed. Boom! Look, we're in a shrub!
Just a moment, if you please, Delphine. What is it? Just remembered something. Please just wait here for a moment. I've got to go kill a small animal.
Runs off, grabs a ferret, comes back and skins it alive in front of her. I got him a present.
I have something I need to tell Albus. Sure? Excuse me,
Boom.
Albus.
Christ, you got here quick.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, I'm in the pub suddenly.
What?
See me, Dick? I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry. What? Oh my god.
Why are we suddenly in the pub making indecent comments? I'll do it, boy. Ashton. Yeah. Been 2 years since someone had me bring it in, so I was thinking of just tossing the damn thing out. Didn't expect it to be yours, Mr. Forster. There you go. There's a note. God. So, Alice, if you're in this night, it means everything went perfectly, and the robot clone is not weird. So you've got all sorts of questions. Now, something I've got to do right now, Albus.
Die.
I'm sorry. Sorry for not telling you anything. But it's something I had to do, for some reason. I made a promise to Eileen that I'd never let her be alone, so I made a robot clone of his murderous sister. I'm sure you already had an inkling, but I didn't have much longer to live, and I couldn't be asked to write it down. But I have a duty. It is to leave her to her family. Yep. What should I have done? Written it down. That would have
Written
helped.
it down. Not
The
made
least-
a robot clone of his sister.
Yeah, that was a bit. I mean, there's a lot of things you could have done that were better. Managed that something I was there for a long time before I had a family. I dedicated my entire life to it. How ironic. What? I get killed by the research I loved while I threw aside what I should have protected most. No wonder I remembered. It was something written down in a book I read long ago. A method used by royalty and oh god. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Half down Minecraft royalty. Blah blah. But then I thought to myself, what a wonderful. As long as it uses mana, it's got to be able to do it with science. Through my research, I discovered 2 unknown properties of mana. 1, purified mana of a human who made son of a person long after their death. So that's how you got hold of her memories.
Yeah.
Simply by digging up her body. And generally, this mana can be subdivided into 3 parts: memories, experience, the 2 of which form emotions, all of which are saved in the mana. I decided to call this memory mana. But whatever. Then Minecraft was when Minecraft was still in its infancy. People back then would mummify their royalty and stuff, right? That kind of practice might have been so they could keep that
So you
person's
took her
mana.
body and you mummified it.
Yeah, he stole her corpse, sucked out her memories, and
And
shoved
put them
it
into a robot.
Yeah, well, whatever. Well, I succeeded in stealing the memory from a dead body that had been there for about 2 years, transferred it into the body of a sister. Also managed to create a sister that can inherit runes mannerisms perfectly. And there was a problem. Didn't have any emotions. I'd just be like Rune wasn't. I'd just be a psychopath. Be shit. So I figured out a way to extract the emotions from my own memory mana, which of course killed me. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. There's a problem with that too. See, we're people from the Out Pole. The craft that only rises from the Inner Pole. Blah 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 blah. It killed me. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. So I decided. That makes protocol checking my own version of the path down. We already worked this out about an episode ago, at least.
I mean, not the specifics about the emotions and shit, but...
Well, that's why he flooded the area of the special protocol.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Memory mana. Maybe this is what people refer to as a soul. Nah. A machine that inherits one's memories and carries emotions. Just who would that be? It'd be a robot that had a copy of someone's memory. Well, it's not actually a copy at that point, because you have actually transferred the memories.
Yeah, so it's basically her with your emotions.
Which is a bit weird.
Yeah, a little bit. Little bit incestuous, not gonna lie.
Well, it's less weird than the not having the emotions, I guess.
True.
Yeah. It's like donating a kidney, you know? But it kills you. It's more like donating a liver.
It's more like donating a heart.
Yeah. Oh. Because emotions.
Yeah.
Heart. To be more precise, what would that be? People will fear it, unless you just don't tell them. Would I be called a blasphemous heretic for toying with the deceased? They called you that anyway. So...
Why did you write this down? This would just stop this whole bullshit.
Yeah. Why don't you just leave this note somewhere else? Where
it was useful.
Yeah. Where they could have read it about 2.5 years ago. Mana hides so many possibilities to imagine. It's filled with too many outcomes to understand. Because it's basically the bullshit mechanic of this world. As we humans consider our research into mana, I'm sure we encountered these problems. Beings inherit memory mana. What exactly are they? Mana much likely to be more of these ethical issues to light.
Trying to be deep, game.
Trying to be deep when actually you've got the depth of a teacup.
Teaspoon, let's be honest.
Yeah. I've said it as such that her emotion imitation mechanism can't be cut off, even by her own self, though no one noticed after 2.5 years of tinkering. And I've deleted all the logs so they can't be copied. For some reason. Sorry, that's just my ego at work. Right, so you could do a technological revolution, but you thought, nah, I'd be a dick. Maybe it's too soon for this world to have blah, blah, blah. But. But. That's a weird way to use the word but. Just but. End of sentence.
And the beginning of a sentence.
Yep. The fact you're reading this memo means it wasn't entirely the case. I mean, at least there's one person in the world who's willing to accept her as family. Well, that's that. Stay well, Albus.
That makes no sense as a note.
P.S. From the moment I met you, you've always been family to me until the very end. No matter what happens, nothing's ever going to change that fact. That's how it's been. That's how it's going to be. Suppose it isn't enough for you to fear. Blah, blah, fucking blah. So I can return your feelings. They're just too damn obvious.
Ah.
Right.
Trying to be deep by playing the gay card. Well done.
Yep. Homeward bound-ish.
No, I think we should probably call it there, because there might just be enough.
Oh yeah, there'll definitely be enough to milk out of what should be a paragraph to get 2 episodes for next week.
You're so cynical and right.
I'm not cynical, I'm accurate. I'm assuming the worst out of something that has failed us at every junction.
Good point, well made. Anyway, people, that's enough bullshit for now.
Well, and come back next week for hopefully the finale.
Or come back next week for another line of bullshit, which we figured out several episodes ago.
Half of it we figured out in the first 1 episode or 2, like she's a robot, for example.
Yeah.
Steampunk, it says, oh, we have to live in this steampunk world, and everyone treats this really compliant woman like she's just some kind of servant or slave robot.
Oh, bye everybody.
Bye bye.